No, no, I don't want it perfect.
Trap. Some, I was setting you guys up for a trap because if you want it to be perfect, then wait for everything to be perfect while the opportunity passes you by. Yeah, it's a good point. Nothing is perfect. In fact, that's what we're all seeing, right? Is if anything, this is a great mirror, right, Deb? This is how we react. We are reacting. We are reacting the past,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, rehashing. We're rehashing where we're not perfect, where things haven't went well, haven't become congruent in your life. So when you're looking at things that you're reacting to, you're acting as if it's meant to be this way, and your life isn't this way. So it's really good to go back and reassess where you've sabotaged, where your beliefs and programs are, and go, hey, I've had that before. That doesn't work for me. I need to get rid of that. I need to clear that. I need to move forward, but I'm not going to do that repeating exactly what I did last time.
So true. Yeah, we get the gift when we are reacting in that reaction response. And a couple of actually a really good question to ask yourself is, when did I decide this? Like, looking at the feeling, going to the feeling, what's the thought process, and then asking yourself, when did I decide this? Because oftentimes, if you can ask yourself that question, you can uncover a root cause as to what's really going on, and you'll get given the gift of the perception and also the projection that of which what's influencing your life. So, love that. Can we get 2 more shares? Oh,
Can I
yes.
add something to that as well? Is that I looked at the way that certain people were selling as well. So it wasn't a judgment, it was just an awareness. Is that people were selling off based on a scam. And if you didn't have the analysis, you were freaking out because you couldn't do that sales technique. So what haven't you looked at as a different process to sell? So instead of just using a scan, why have you not looked at your 2-week, guarantee? Why have you not looked at value? Where's the value that you're relying on only a scan? Because not every
Like you guys are the experts of this sort of thing. And just little things come up when I'm doing stuff. Like I was creating a flyer to drop off at the gym. And I was trying to make it perfect. And then it just twigged. Don't worry about making it perfect. Just get it out there and get started. So that's my little share.
Love that, mate. Congratulations.
Yeah.
It's often, yeah. And how did you feel?
Yeah,
Just
confident.
after,
Yeah, once I got it out there, because I went to the gym this morning, there's still a few there. So, yeah, keep plodding away.
Amazing.
And then I was talking to some people at soccer, my boys' soccer the other week. And one of the dads come up last night and he said, I want to know more about the Healy. So, yeah.
There you go.
Because I'm not that sort of social person that get out in front of everyone. So this is a complete game changer for me, I suppose.
Yeah. It's the ultimate personal development tool.
Yeah, it definitely is.
And look at you. You're already becoming more personable. So let's look at that. Let's bust that belief, right?
Yeah.
that belief no longer exists if you want to, yeah. It's starting to come up more and more that I'm realizing that this is the ultimate personal development tool to go out there and challenge our own identity. So well done for that, mate. And what do you feel you can do next time after that?
I'm more confident in front of people now. So I've got more tools I can use. Because I'm completely new to it, I had no idea what I was doing. So just listening to everyone's input, it's all great.
Amazing, mate. Well, that's like a whole new life, looks like.
Definitely. I need it, I tell you.
Mate, love for you to share that. Thanks very much for sharing. And feel free to actually post that in the group. Like
Yeah,
share your small wins, whether it's just a flyer or something like, you know, you never know, you might be giving some people inspiration as to what they have yet to think of and what they could be doing. And this is all co-creation as well. And we want to celebrate you no matter how much it's a small or a big win. Let's actually, yeah, congratulate Andrew. That's really awesome that you went and did that, because I know it's tough, especially when you're looking at your industry. Everyone's clapping, you can see it. It's on mute, but that's great. Thanks very much for putting yourself on mute, guys. But yeah, this is the culture we want to co-create, is people taking those small wins, because the small wins will lead to the big wins. I guarantee that. Progress equals happiness. So well done, Andrew. Is there anything you'd like to share? Nope. Okay, cool. One last share. Let's go. Who else would like to share?
Hi, this is Maisie.
Hi, Maisie. How you going?
Hi, I'd like to share something because when I first got my Healy the first week, to very close friends who trusted my judgment, and then I started kind of with a few more, but it wasn't as easy. They were saying, oh, why don't you get your Healy first and then we'll talk later, because I have not received the gadget. And now 3 weeks later, I still haven't got it. But I did something with Christy a day or two ago. And I asked her to do an aura scan for me and then do the vibrate. And that was absolutely amazing. So I got the aura reading, plus also the analysis. And I feel like I can talk more about it. I have my own story now, whereas I didn't have a story to work with. And it's also quite amazing because even though we were not working on a specific pain issue, which is my pinched nerve, I feel like my pain has been greatly reduced, both in my neck and my shoulders as well. Wow. So that is quite an amazing result, because I've had it for more than 40 years. And and just overall, I feel that I do feel better because I have less pain now. And I'm sure it's too soon to really tell yet, you know, the longer term effects, but I do feel good on the short term, and it's been quite immediate. Yeah. So for those of you who don't have your Healy yet, you can get someone with a resonance to help you with that.
Yeah. Oh, thank you so much for sharing, Macy. It's beautiful. It's so unique. Welcome. Yeah, exactly. So it's unique. And you're looking to share the Healy as well as what you're looking to get the story. Is that what you're referring to as well?
Whether I'm looking to share, I'm only going to be getting the health, the second level, health holistic health rather. But I'm hoping to sell enough so that I can get an upgrade to resonance. But I'm running out of time now. I wish I had thought about the idea of, you know, getting Chrissy to do a scan on me. Then I can, you know, share that with my friends better. Yeah.
Perfect. Well, now you have a story. There's momentum now, so it's not too late. I got my fast on the last day.
I'm excited again. I have about a week to go, I think. Yeah.
You can do it. Anything's possible. Anything's possible. Awesome.
I've contacted quite a few more people now. Yeah.
Awesome. That's what it's about. It's about sharing the love. It's all about, you know, you can have your story. But if I remember Zach, who sold 6 devices in his first week or first 2 weeks before even having one, you know, that to me is like the 4-minute mile. I understand everybody on this call, especially newcomers coming in, you know, if only you had the Healy, you could show people what to do. Like Deb said, you know, some of the people's like scan abilities is not even, you know, it's not even working, and people are relying on that function to be able to sell a device, whether you're in, you know, even if you're in lockdown. You know, there's so many ways in which we can actually share this. And if you don't have a story, borrow somebody's. If you don't, like, we have the Tuesday calls where we share our stories. And that can be a story in of itself, is sharing about somebody else's story. And even Zach, when he told me, he didn't have the device, but it was a theoretical thing. And I was just like, man, if this device does what it says it can do, I still remember the words. It's going to absolutely change the game. And he went on this rant for like 2 hours. We went for this sleepless like walk, or so to speak, at the middle of the night. Everybody else is partying. I will never ever forget it. And we've got our blue blockers on, and we're walking the street, and he's telling me about this device that scans chakras and all the things of the story that he had just ingested over the last like couple days, and just kind of vomited all this information on me. And I was like, okay, like, if this thing does what it says it can do, it's absolutely going to change the game. And sure enough, 9 months later, it absolutely is. So I want to instill faith in knowing that you guys, while it's good to have a story long-term, short-term, you don't need it. Just rolling off the back end of that. But now that you have a story, Macy, amazing. So we're going to transition into this. Renee's got her device. Look at that, everybody. Woo! On that note.
He just arrived at the door then.
You're kidding. There you go. Love that.
Sorry to interrupt.
Okay.
Something
okay.
just transcended.
I have something to share. I have something to share. So, Renee, congratulations for one. Everyone put a big congrats in the chat. Let's get some high vibes going in here. This is so exciting. I was like a puppy dog at the front of my house waiting every day for, like, you know, my Healy, and it was tested my patience. I want to know, I'm going to share something with you guys. I'd love to talk about the story component. And if you don't have your Healy, how do you share this, right? Yes, I sold 6 in my first month, 3 before my Healy had arrived. And so there's a strategy to this. There's a formula, and I'll share that with you after Brandon does his little mic drop section. But also right now, Renee, this is a perfect opportunity to follow the concept we call document versus create. You don't want to be creating a new wheel, right? You want to just be documenting the process. Right now, do a selfie with your Healy and with the Healy with backdrop here with the Zoom, and be like, oh my gosh, I've just been on a Zoom with all these amazing people. I've got my Healy, it's just arrived. And so I'm always asking myself, where can I document the process? Because what you do now will, that will post, you might post that today or tomorrow, and that's going to ripple out, and then you'll have some other experiences and you post that out. It's like, if you look at how Brandon and I do things, we just document the process of us going through it, and we share things that we're passionate about, right? Different, like 2 to 3 things that we're really passionate about. I love talking about broth and, breath work and like all these different things. And then other people are going to relate to that and go, oh, this guy's into this and that, or this lady's into this and that. Cool. What do they actually do? Oh, they're also into Healy, and it's that alignment. And so you sharing your process, your excitement, on our webinar now, we have a full image library, step by step, going, this is the first time my Healy arrived. This is the first time we caught up with the Healy. This is, and it's taking people on that journey. And I think that's a great way to stand out and be unique. Anyway, that's just my little 2 cents. Document versus creating new content.
Is it okay if I take a selfie now?
What I actually want to do this. Absolutely. What if you just take a selfie, instead of taking a selfie, why don't you go, hey guys, my Healy just arrived, and we can all uproar as we take ourselves off mute and just celebrate you. That would be really fun. How about that?
Do a video.
Do a video, yeah.
Sure.
What do you reckon, team? What do you reckon?
Yeah.
That's it.
Everybody's in that? Yeah, okay.
Barking at something. So let me just go. He's lost his ball. He's going to bark at something. Let me just get him his ball.
This is a bit of a family adventure. Well, this is a great time, right? Why not? Why don't we sit here? Why don't we all do a selfie right now and post it in one of the groups? Right? I mean, like you at home, grab your phone, put your Healy on, grab like this whole boom. And we can post that in the chat groups today, guys. Even if you don't have your Healy, don't worry about it. I'm going to do it.
You're going to have the back of everybody's head.
All right.
Ready?
Clear the mess off the table. How good's that?
Right.
Unmute everybody. Everyone's gonna
Unmute. Who's ready?
I'm just doing a photo. But
All right.
Just
So am I going to get ready to do it?
Go,
Let's
Renee.
do it.
All right.
What just happened, Renee?
What?
What just happened?
Hang on. Let me start it. All
Ah,
right.
never going to be ready. Just do it.
Video start.
technical difficulty.
Alrighty, it's happening. Well done.
Congratulations. Love that. Love that. Well done, team. Well done, team.
Thank you, everyone.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
I don't know what's going to find though, but anyway. I could
Sweet.
tag and post.
I got that, so hope everybody else did. So today's lesson, document versus create. If you guys haven't heard of Gary Vaynerchuk, now you have. But seriously, it's a really good process. If you jump on my Instagram, I've literally got a whole story sequence of when we got the Healy to now sharing it to now like it just blew up from that. And people have reached out like, wow, you've been on a journey. So, you know, it's never too late to start documenting, because you're gonna be somewhere in a year from now. You know, imagine the journey that you go on. Like, you can literally quantum leap if you let it, and you will want to. Like, I wish we documented Zach. I wish we documented the process of when we started in the cave, when we were living in the garage. I wish we did. I'd still kind of like, why aren't we still filming now? Like, oh my God. Like, you know, because a year from now, you're going to be somewhere, right? So fun times. All right, let's get straight into it. let's go straight into this process.
And I'll just share before Brandon, sorry, dude. So Brandon's going to do a bit of a deep dive with some of you guys. This is really powerful. What's been happening with these live trainings as this has been developing, a lot of people who are sitting on this call, you might feel stuck. You might feel like you're procrastinating. You might feel like, how do I share this? All these kind of thoughts start to come up. You know, if there's one thing that network marketing teaches us, it's that it's going to reveal our stuff, our crap, our shit. You know, it's going to push that boundaries because it's extending what we're usually capable of. If we want to create a life that's of abundance and, you know, that next level of what you're wanting, greater health, greater wealth, greater relationships, it cannot be created with the same mind that you have right now. Because if you had that mind right now, would you have it? Yes. It's all reality is created in our mind. So what Brandon's going to be doing is going a bit of a deep dive with some of you guys to expand your belief systems, to expand what's possible. It's going to feel uncomfortable. You're going to be like, oh, what's the point of this? But I think everyone's going to relate from this and go into it. And so if you're not actually being called up, this is kind of like Tony Robbins' intervention style, but it's kind of like everyone have a piece of paper and a pen. Use this time to the best of your ability, whether that's a journaling process, whether that's, you know, just something to start your own process in this too. Please utilize this hour. Maybe this is the only hour you jump on these calls a week. Maybe you have 2 hours. So how can you maximize the next 40 minutes? And Brandon's going to go through that. And then I'm going to be talking about some systems on how I actually save a lot of time with my links, with the groups, with all the stuff that's out there. Everyone's like, oh, it's so confusing. I'm like, it's actually not confusing. Let me just show you how I do it. And so let me show you some of the systems that I've been using. And it will be either you've got a Samsung or if you've got an iPhone, I'll go take you through this process. It's going to save you like literally so much time over the next couple of years or your whole life on actually copying and pasting and finding links and finding groups and all that type of stuff. So you can articulate and actually present and influence people with this whole idea of Healy in a simple way. So if you guys want to stick around for that, I'll be sharing that. But yeah, like people like Lisa, for example, last week had a massive breakthrough with one of these sessions. She started to talk to clients, talk to people that she's never spoken to before with she's like had a breakthrough. And then Claire as well, after having one of these sessions, a few weeks later, I think she sold 14 or like 12 units in the last promotion. She's just like, it's like literally we are sometimes one little decision, one little shift away from everything we want. We're just one shift away, you know? So anyway, pass it over to you just to kind of frame that up for everyone. All the new people, welcome.
Legend. Well, very well said. And first of all, I'd love to congratulate both Lisa as well as Claire. You guys are rocking it, because as a byproduct of that just shows everybody else what's possible, right? You know, one decision, you were just one decision away from a completely different life, right? And so who, in saying that, who would like to jump on? Like, and it's the person that really feels like they don't want to actually bring it up, because one, you're going to be such a blessing for you, the people that you share this with, but also for everybody on this call as well. So in saying that, who would like to jump on? Who would like to have a conversation?
Well,
and it's usually the person that doesn't want to. Okay, Maria. You're like, yes.
No, I thought I'd jump on because I'm like, I haven't been part of the group, but probably need to shift a few things. So probably best opportunity.
Perfect. So tell me, what's going on for you? Where are you in your journey in respect to your, just about sharing the business, sharing your experience?
Okay, so I pretty much heard about the Healy maybe about 2-3 weeks ago. So I bought one, and then I shared it with about say 10 people or 12 people. I then sold 4, but now I've just come to a wall. I've done nothing. So I haven't, I found like I've just lost perspective of where I should drive it or how I should promote it or what angle to take.
And what was driving you in the beginning? Was it the excitement of the promotion?
Probably the excitement of the promotion, because it was like, value for money. That would have been one. But also a friend of mine spoke about it in April, and she said of this amazing quantum device. And she mentioned that it really benefited her. And I thought, okay, well, I've got nothing to lose. Why don't I take that opportunity?
Right. And so how have you benefited as a byproduct of that decision?
Well, mainly because I suppose I've sold them, but I haven't received my Healy. So I physically don't have the Healy. Because apparently I think it's a 5-week, 6-week delay.
Yes.
So I don't have the actual Healy. But
What a blessing. We get to learn how to sell these Healys post promotion and post after all the excitement and hype. This is great. Okay, awesome. So where's the block coming from for starters? Like, what is it that you feel, what's the psychology that you're telling, or the thought process that you're telling yourself that makes you feel blocked?
I think because I don't have everything organized. I don't have my stuff organized, like my paperwork organized, my computer organized. I'm thinking, I don't know how to present to people.
Okay. Yeah. Interesting. And when did you decide that? Because I'm finding that hard to believe if you sold 4 and now you are coming up with a story that you don't know how to present this to people.
Yeah, I'm not too sure actually. I would say after I sold the 4, and then I had a couple of people that were like, oh no, it's not right for me. And then I don't feel my life is organized for me to get and clear on where I want to go. Like, even though I've got some goals, etc., it's trying to get the flow, the easy flow happening.
And how is organization a theme in your life?
How is it a theme?
Yeah, like how do you relate to organization in your life? Is that a particular theme that you find a challenge?
I would say that I was very organized, like when I was in my career, like doing accounting.
Okay.
Because I needed to be. But now, since I've been out of accounting for about, 7 years, I'm like just, focused on more doing outside activities, exercise, and left everything else in my life sort of not systematic, not organized. So I actually waste a lot of time. My efficiency of time use is very wasted. I'm a procrastinator.
Interesting. And that identity that you have, calling yourself a procrastinator, how long has that been a theme in your life?
At least 15, 20 years.
And do you still work for somebody else?
No, I'm doing very part-time work. Like I do some PT training. I'm not really in a consistent 9 to 5 job at all because I wanted to get out of that box mentality.
Sure.
That's slavery.
Sure. And now you're feeling, so it's really interesting because when did you get out of that box for starters? Was this recent?
2013 when I stopped doing accounting full time.
Yeah.
And I've been doing some casual work here and there, but nothing substantial.
Yeah. Okay. What's your why?
My why?
Yeah.
I really want to make a difference in people and make sure that they're healthy, that they don't need to take pharmaceutical drugs because it's unnecessary, it's damaging on their body, and just, light people up, enlighten them.
And why is that important to you?
Because I feel like that was never showed to me. So I think, it's great to be able to educate people from a young level all the way up to life. So we live an easier life, like a freer life.
Mm-hmm.
Less stressful.
Less stressful.
Mm.
And why is not living a life that is less stressful to you important to you?
Because then you have fun. You've got freedom. You have fun. You're doing the things you love doing. Outdoor, fresh food, organic foods, and great communication with people, easy communication.
Yeah. And so when you have that, why is that important to you? Why is it having all these things important to you?
Because it just brings you more joy and peace.
Joy and peace.
Yeah.
And how does that make you feel having joy and peace?
More free, more relaxed, more I don't know, just more lighter, more lighter.
Lighter. Okay.
Yeah, more energized.
And is there anybody connected to this feeling? Because you said we.
Oh, no, me. Oh, everyone, the universe.
The universe. Okay. And so if you're thinking about this on a grand perspective,
yeah,
let's get it back to you specifically, right?
Yeah.
Like why is that important for everybody else to feel that to you? Notice what we're doing right now is we're getting back to you.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, it just make my life more relaxed because instead of having people being, because you come across people that gossip or complain or have this fear, and instead of coming across those type of people, you're coming across people at a higher level that are really wanting to be satisfied and happy in life, and not talking about like restrictions that we have in life.
So how are you not free and satisfied with your life?
Well, I'm not getting my income, and I'm not living my life like near the beach. Like I want to live near the beach. I want to be in a warmer climate. I'm in Victoria, so it's pretty cold down here. It's raining at the moment. I can see some sunny spots there on the video. So yeah, just being in an environment which is more energizing. So I'm not living in that environment.
Okay. And how much time do you focus on that? What you don't have?
Well, I suppose I focus it on every day because, like, for example, today's raining. So I'm like looking at the rain, like it's no sunshine. I'm not going to go for a walk today because it's raining. So I'm like, yeah, like a caged animal, which I don't really want to be.
Yes. Yeah. So it's very easy to procrastinate on things when you're focusing on all the things that you don't want, that you continue to get it, right? Where focus goes, energy flows. You said you do have some goals, right? You do have some goals. I remember you saying. But it didn't feel like you were very connected to those goals. It's very easy to want something for somebody else that of which we have given to ourselves. So that we distort, we generalize information. And so when we're looking at, oh, well, this is what I want for the world, is really just a reflection of what you want for your world.
Yeah.
Is that making sense?
Yeah, it does. Yeah.
And to organize the world at that level, holy shit, are you kidding? Like you want that for the rest of the world, but you still have yet to find it within yourself. It's like that. I would empathize to know that that's very easy to take on the identity of a procrastinator. Right? So it's looking at like, okay, well, I believe that we don't, like, that's an identity that we've created at some stage that we've been told to believe. I believe this, that procrastination doesn't exist. It's actually it's just one need being met over another. And so it's very easy to hit a threshold. I've noticed, like, look, you've got 4 sales, you've gone, but now you hit a brick wall, and now you think that you need to figure it all out. You got it figured out. But then we start to stop doing the things that work for us because then we get in our own way. We're, oh, well, now I need to have everything organized, right? The road to success is always under construction. Oftentimes we cap ourselves when we start to get momentum, because then we start to get in our head because we start to cross a threshold that is beyond our own perception of who we see ourselves as.
Yeah.
Is that making sense?
Yeah, it does. Yeah.
And so to relinquish this, it's about identifying and getting yourself out of this whole identity of who you see yourself as, and role modeling, going and seeing yourself as somebody, you know, higher, and utilizing, you know, this beautiful group. I know for a fact there's already people on this call in Melbourne that if you were to surround yourself with these people, even energetically, even just get yourself connected, put yourself in the comments below. If you're from Melbourne, there's Mitch, there's Renee, there's Deb, like, you know, getting people on, like, getting connected. You guys are in the same team. Like, post where are you guys? You've got 1 hour, you can go out in the sun, meet up. You know, do whatever you can. So true, right? Like, that's the real, you know, that's, if we were to just look at the need that's being met over another, it's having to get it, like what I'm feeling, and correct me if I'm wrong, it's feeling like you need to have it all perfect and done right.
Yeah, correct.
Before you continue. I'm here to tell you that like, I know what it feels like to be that type of procrastinator, because, you know, I'm a neat freak. One, Zach knows this more than anybody else, is like, I'm a freaking neat freak. Like, and if it teaches me how to, you know, not think that everything has to be perfect all the time. Yes, it's nice to have your desk all nice and clean, and, you know, I value that just as much. So do that in the evening. Do that when your day is done, right? You know, there are things that are urgent, and then that are not important. But there's also things that are urgent and important. And then there are things that are important but not urgent. For you to have fulfillment and progress and feel like you're progressing is taking action on the things that you deem as important but not urgent. When you spend majority of your time in that zone, you will start to get so much more done, because all of a sudden you'll start to feel like you are getting organized instead of just reacting.
Mm.
And so looking at it, and I can tell there's a lot of things underneath the surface, but it's about focus. We don't have to go into deep belief system work and timeline therapy like I used to. Going to the story and getting the learnings of the story. All you need to focus on is a higher structure. Okay, well, what do I want? Because right now you're experiencing psychological tension, right?
Yeah.
When you get in your head, you're dead. Psychological pressure. But if we look at the structure of focusing on what it is that you intend, your intention, focusing and being in tension with your intention.
Yes.
That word, intention, being in tension, knowing that it's not going to be okay. It's going to be okay, but it's not going to be perfect. Staying in that tension and then following through on your intention, which is more about feeling energized and focusing on what it is you want and giving energy to that, you'll start to feel different straight away. I guarantee it. And the people that you surround yourself with will help you with that.
Yes.
Because you just have a natural, I can tell you have a natural desire to help people. But you should also let yourself be helped as well and be held.
Yeah. And my other challenge is structure. Like, I don't have a structure in my day. Like, so I wake up at 6 o'clock, and then before I know it, it's 6 o'clock.
That's pretty structured. Wake up at 6. That's pretty structured.
Yeah, but I'm like, the whole day is so inefficient. Like, yeah.
According to who?
Oh, my world, in my vision.
Okay. And who came up with that? Who taught you that?
I think I did, because when I was at work, I was structured and I was teaching people and I was helping other staff members to get through, tasks that needed to be done.
Yes.
And, doing reports for accounting, which were so, like, not exciting, but there was a structure in place, and teaching people how to do accounts payable, but nothing that I was aligned with at all. So there was like things that I was ticking off, and now, like, I feel, I'm not ticking. I'm not, like, I've got things to do, but I'm not feeling accomplished. I'm not feeling like progressing forward.
Yeah. And here's the thing: if you don't get clarity on what it is you actually want, then you're going to take action on anything that comes up that's urgent and you perceive it as important. What you're talking about is, guys, everybody on this call, there's a difference between external structures. I can see in the comments, structure sounds boring. I agree, but it's so necessary. Think about the structure of a house, and that external structure is so important. But where does that come from? At one stage, this structure of this house that I'm in, or the structure of the house that you're in, did not exist. It started in somebody's mind. It started with an internal structure of what they believed it should look like and the purpose of that. And if you look at the greatest structures in the world, started with the greatest internal structure. Yes, it's just a concept until you actually make it a reality. And so what you're talking about is an external structure that you're trying to make and fix your realm in terms of feeling like you're progressing towards your goals from the external. But I'm here to tell you that when you come from this place of, trying to like fix the internal with an external structure, it's not going to build itself. It's not going to build. That's what's called psychological tension. It's the structure of fixing, because you've learned, and maybe you think that it's your own perspective of how structure should be, but I can tell right now it's from the structure of being in an environment that conditions you and forces you to follow through, because you're being paid to.
Yes. Yeah.
So what if you can take that same level of structure with the structure that we're now giving you? is 90-day cycles.
Mm-hmm.
You had a promotion, you had good wind, you're like, yes, 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 yes. You jumped in and you're like, fuck. Like I still haven't got my money, or still haven't got, you know, the money's going to come in as soon as they get their, you know, you're going to get paid on them once they get their device. And so you've got to look at it from a 90-day perspective. Otherwise, you're going to lose faith, you're going to lose clarity, and you're going to start to lose momentum. Is that making sense for you?
Yeah, 100%. And that's what happened. I've lost momentum because I haven't had that flow, and I don't have that 90-day cycle view. Yeah.
So this is for everybody on the call. We've got to look at 90-day cycles. Think about the seasons. You know, the seasons of life. Do we imagine if we had a season every week? Holy crap. I mean, internally, we could go through a season a week with the internal storms that we create. But looking at nature, it's almost like the answers are in nature. There's the calm, and then there's the storm. And we wouldn't be able to have this beautiful greenery if it wasn't for the storm. And sometimes these internal storms that we have within ourselves are necessary. Chaos is crucial to create consciousness, so long as you step out of it and start to observe it. And when you start to realize that you're the one creating the storm, man, life starts to become more beautiful, because now you are the eye of the storm, you are the creator. And so I want to leave you with this, is looking at it from the cycle of 90 days, let go of perfection and focus on progress, right? And watch your team grow. Like, watch your team grow, watch yourself grow, and watch yourself grow to the perfection of the present moment. How good is the present moment when you start to see what is in your surroundings? We start to take things for granted when we start to realize and expect how things were and how things we got. Like, we're having a conversation we've never met before, right? There's a business model that allows us to bring all these beautiful people together, and we have the ability to earn money without having to create something that it took 15 years to create. And then we complain that, you know, it doesn't work, like, or we complain that we're just, you know, it's oftentimes like I this is more, I tell this to myself more than every single day, is, man, like the present moment is so beautiful that anything that my mind comes up with is a BS belief system. It takes me off track. When you start to become grateful for what it is you have, what it is you don't have, you'll start to realize just how much, because gratitude, and this is what I'll leave everybody else with, is gratitude is a mechanism of manifestation. We get more of what we're grateful for. And when you start to get grateful as to what it is you do have, and as opposed to what it is you don't have, some people don't have a home, you know? Some people don't have, you know, it's seeing the silver lining. So I acknowledge you and appreciate you for wanting to get structured. That's going to happen. But let's look at the internal structure of where your focus is. And that's going to, funnily enough, create your external structure. That it is what you already want.
Okay.
Awesome. How do you feel now?
Yeah, awesome. Like, thank you. I appreciate that. And I'm grateful for that value that you've just added. Thank you.
You're welcome. My absolute pleasure. How many of you guys resonate with this? I'd like you to put your own downloads in the comments below. And that's, a simple tool for you is stepping into gratitude for everybody. Gratitude is a mechanism of manifestation. We get more of what we are grateful for. So hope that actually resonated with everybody. And thank you so much for sharing also and being real. I know it's hard. I know it's so hard to, like, because we're fighting our own internal, battles, our own inner demons. So yes.
Thank you, Brenton.
Awesome, guys. My absolute pleasure. Thanks very much for showing up. And I look forward to, congratulations. You sold 4 devices. Amazing. Yeah. That's amazing. Go through some of the stuff in the 1K group, through organizing, attracting, delivering, find out your process, take yourself out of the business so you can work on it. Not just being in it, i.e. being within your own psychology, and looking at what your business needs in order for it to go to the next level.
Okay,
that's
great.
awesome.
Thank you.
So you're welcome. My absolute pleasure. So that was fun. How's everybody going? How did that resonate with everybody? I think Zach wants to jump on now.
I'd love to say that was so beautiful, like just that interaction. Thank you for showing up and being so vulnerable with us. I'd love to, I'm just really curious, how is everyone feeling right now? Could you put like a word into the chat of like how you're feeling with, I'm feeling a feeling of unity and connection, really this safe place for everyone. Like, oh my God, connected, inspired. And so like, where else do you get this? When this world is locking down, we're unlocking, this is not a time to sit around and do the old structures, as we say. This is about choosing the habits that are going to co-create the new future for ourselves first and for the rest of the world. So that's really nice. Grateful, gratitude, love it, calm, empowered. So I really want to, suggest to everybody, do your best to jump on these. Please keep this in your calendar every single week. It's the same link. If you have people joining the team, please give them the option. Hey, we have training. No other team is doing these trainings multiple times throughout the week. It's 11 a.m. Sydney time Monday, 11 a.m. Sydney time Friday. Same link. Anyone in the world can jump on. Yes, this is for the whole team, but also, your team, just invite them into here, because this is where we all learn. This is all, ideally let's all catch up in person one day, but that's down the track. So I'd love to go through some systems with you guys. Anything else you wanted to say, Brandon? All good?
I'm just going to reiterate, Renee, Maria, Nish, Deb, and anybody else in Melbourne, let's get you guys connected. Let's create a chat. Especially with what the hell is going on down there. We need extra support.
I think we're all out of the 5K, so it'd be a Zoom, if anything, or Facebook.
Yeah.
Maybe private message each other your emails or something, and send them all to Deb or send them all to someone, and you guys can all get connected. Okay, great. I know the time is, I'm not going to be able to share this in 4 minutes. I could probably do this in about 10 minutes. But I want to share with you guys a simple way of, Maria was talking about it. Some of the other team have been talking about it. There's so many groups. There's so much stuff happening. And so I'm excited to help you guys create a system where you know where everything is really easily. You can get the right information out there, because we're all busy. We're all doing other things. So if you have 5 minutes, if you have 5 hours a day, how do you make the most of your time? Because the amount of time that I was spending finding the link, finding the group, copying this, copying that, it was adding up. Who feels me? Who's like a bit confused on all the links, where to go, how to structure your day? And so, yeah, I feel you. And so I'm just going to share my screen. The group that we're going to be referring to is the Quantum, this group here. So right now, I've just typed the word Quantum Hackers Group in the chat. I've hit spacebar, and then this whole link pops up. So I've systemized links that I use in a way that literally goes a couple of words to get out the link that I want, whether it's a group, the testimonial group, my Healy link, my calendar link, all the stuff that I use as links. Have a think about right now, all the links that you currently use, or maybe you don't even know the links that are there that you could use. I'm going to give you all these links that I use, and the macro, which is like the tiny little sentence I use in my phone, whether you've got a Samsung or a iOS, or if you have another type of phone, this can save you a lot of time. So for example, just going to share my screen. We're going to go to the 10K group. If you haven't been in here before, please check it out. Quantum Hack Your First 10K. We're going through a rebranding of this over the next couple of weeks too, just so you guys know. And in this group, we have so much amazing stuff. In the units, there's just so much, like hours of content. But to find what you're looking for, literally just go into the sidebar here and type in time. My post from yesterday is going to come up where I spoke about time. So this is the post here. Hang on a minute. If you click on the date of it, it should go straight to it. Here we go, the day. Okay. So save time finding links. If you've got an iOS, please follow this video. If you've got a Samsung, please follow this. And if you want to shrink the links, some of the big PDFs and things like that, I've got a massive link. So you can go to a website called bit.ly.com. You put the big link in, and then you rename it. You rename it to whatever you want. for example, the science manual was a big link. So I put bit.ly.com/Healy science manual, and that created a smaller link for me. So that's a good little tip. You then got, these are the phrases I use, right? So the phrase is getting started. Let me give you an example here. You guys see my notes? So you've got, okay, so if I type in the word getting started, look what pops up. This whole link, I go space, and the whole link pops up. If I type in the word schedule and go space, my Calendly link pops up. If I type in Healy manual, if I type in our group, if I type in testimonials, like I know all the links that I'm using, and I can actually go and streamline that process. So I've created a list of all the links that I use, even my story, right? If I'm in a three-way chat with someone and I don't want to type out my story many times a day, I type in my story, space, and my whole story pops up. Is this looking pretty cool? These are, you know, and I've actually got scripts preloaded in here, the Aura Academy, the Contacting Eye Payout, Dr. Caroline McMacken, another health mentor of mine that I send to people, Dr. Jack Cruz, talks about the blue blocking glasses, the fast start, right? All I type in here is fast start, space. Just so you know, I recommend if you want to help people, blah, 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 this is a link, and that goes to the fast start there as well. So can I just get a, oh, you can't see. Oh, what? Oh no, you can't see. Okay, let me do that again then. Someone should have opened up the mic. I couldn't see.
It was coming up, so it might be if they're on a
Okay,
phone.
let me start again. Can you see now? Can I get a thumbs up?
Yes, we can, Zach.
Okay, thank you, thank you. I can't read minds yet. The Healy hasn't taught me that program. So if I type in the word getting started, see this big link comes up, I go space bar, the getting started link pops in there. And so how to do this is in the video post. If you type in the word schedule for me, I've preloaded that. Healy manual, space is that. If I type in how Healy works, I've got a whole script on that. Healy disclaimer, a whole script on that. Our group, this is the group I invite people to, the testimonials. So I might be going a little bit fast, but it's all in here in this post. So if you go to this 10K group, you type in time, the top post is going to talk about how to do this for iOS and for Samsung, and all the scripts are here. So is this useful? Can you put a yes in the comments so I can see? This is going to save you so much time, energy, thought power, all that stuff. You know, being in this industry for quite some time, literally, we just get paid for sending links, right? Like the more links, the more connections we make, you know, the better. And so we're connectors. We're connecting someone who doesn't know anything about it with some piece of information, a person, an event, a webinar, whatever, to someone. And so how do you streamline that process? Anna Meyer talks about it as if you can't find something in 20 seconds, you don't have a system. And so this is a great way if you have that 5 minutes or 5 hours, as I said, you're talking to one person, you're talking to 100 people a day. This will help you streamline the whole process. I've even got scripts in there that I used in the very beginning, and I type that in, and it's just a really easy way to start a conversation. So whether you're brand new, you want to start a conversation, or whether you've got the conversation going, you want to give the right info, it's just going to save you so much time and energy. So does anyone have any questions? Does anyone not know how to find that? How much time do you think this will save you guys over the next 10 years? Right? You can go on holiday for that amount of time. So no, that's very clear, Zach. Hell yes, I've posted in my Healy Facebook groups already. Massive time saving. Great. Does anyone have any questions about that?
Can you do that for your laptop as well?
So somehow it's synced with my laptop. Yeah.
Oh, so if it's synced, you're okay. Okay, cool. That's all I need to know.
Yeah. So I've got on my phone, and then I've linked. I just do the same thing in here, and it will throw it across. Yeah.
That's only for iPhone, yeah?
One at a time. Thank you. What was that?
Oh, sorry, Zach. So in the notes, like pretty much you've opened a Facebook group, and then you've put those links into your notes in the computer. Is that right? Is that how it comes up?
What I would do is that post in that 10K group, copy the whole thing, put that into
Yep.
a notes on your phone, and then
Right.
individually, step by step, you'd go into the processes on those videos to get into the settings, and then you'd put Healy manual is the shortcut, and then the script is the longer part, and then you can
Right.
just practice. You go to the other app and you just go to a notes, and then you can just practice slightly.
Right, great, thank you.
No worries. Any other
Awesome.
questions, Judd, Jennifer?
And I was just wondering if it's the iPhone you have to sync. So I have to have two separate ones for the iPad, phone, and computer. Yeah.
If they're with the same Apple ID, the same one for iTunes, I think they'll all sync. But if you've got different accounts, they'll be different, yeah.
Yeah, I have an Android, and then I have an Apple iPad, and then a Mac or
Whichever
HP
one-
computer.
Maybe the one that you use the most, start with that one. Yeah. Sometimes the links don't work through your laptop, so I'll jump on my phone. So the phone is definitely a sure bet. Okay. Any final questions? Android is the best. All right. Okay. I don't know about that one. So I just want to say, suggest to everyone, please keep this in your calendar. Please personally tell your team, hey, I just want to let you know about some of the trainings that we host. Here's the link. Here's the times. Please reach out to your team. There's a lot of incredible growth, and really our intention for this month is really nurturing everybody. And so it's these types of calls that get people connected, because some people are just one conversation away, just one little call like this that then goes, oh my gosh, there's other crazy people just like me. Woo, I want to do it too, So, doing our best to get them connected. Next week, we have a special guest on Monday, 11 a.m., the call. So they're another professional network marketer coming on to talk about how they've been building Healy the last 6 months. So that's really exciting. The half an hour before that is a product training. So 10:30 a.m. to 11 is a product training going through tech issues and some of the systems that we have. And then we have next Friday, we're here in the exact same spot. To all the people who are in the 1K group, the accelerator, right? There's 200 people in there. It is just a focused lesson every single day. So we're working with you guys with a live once a week, but we've got little bite-sized chunks on lessons on how Brandon and I and the team have been sharing. And so next week, we're actually going to be adding in more trainings into that and actually extending it. So that's going to have some more amazing trainings. But for the new people that want to jump onto that will probably be starting next month as well. So keep that in your diary. If you want to be a part of a focus group with all the lessons and we're taking you through it step by step, there's be an application process, and just talk to your sponsor and they can get you updated. Beautiful. Cool. I think that's about it.
Awesome. All right, guys. Have an amazing time. Have an amazing day. Have an amazing weekend, and we'll see you next week. Go forth. See you guys. Much love. You, Renee. Love that. Love that.
Thank you. Woo, woo, woo. Have a good weekend.
See you guys.
See you guys.
Thanks, Brandon.